Hello friends, I am Rajendra Singh Bhalla from One Cure for All Diseases. Today I am going to discuss about diabetes. You must have seen my previous videos wherein I have explained that in diabetes there is high blood sugar, and at the same time the sugar in the cells is very low, and this has been explained to be due to destruction of beta cells of pancreas. Now beta cells of pancreas make insulin, but when we talk about pre-diabetics, in pre-diabetics the insulin levels are very high. These are as high as 7 times of the insulin levels in a healthy person. So it doesn't gel. I don't buy this argument that diabetes is caused because of lack of insulin production by pancreas. Now, in my earlier videos, you have seen that the reason for these two is thickening of the blood and low blood volume, and these two also lead to high cholesterol levels. So most of the diabetics will also have high cholesterol levels in time to come. And what is the exact reason and physiology of diabetes? I'll just show you. Symptom of diabetes. The main symptom is excessive thirst, and due to excessive thirst, diabetics drink a lot of fluid, and that leads to excessive urination. All the people do not have this symptom of excessive thirst, and they will also not have this symptom of excessive urination. Now, these two are caused because of excess fluid intake. It's very surprising, but that's true. There are more than 500 people on which it has been experimented. Those who were drinking 3 to 5 liters of fluids or water daily, and if these people are healthy people, they reported no thirst, excessive saliva in their mouth within 24 hours of reducing their fluid intake to 500 to 750 ml per day. On the first day, they did feel some thirst, but subsequently there is no thirst and there is a lot of saliva. Saliva for the last hundreds of years has been linked to dehydration only, when there is a lack of fluids in the body. Now, reducing the fluid intake to this low level, which is almost 20% of the earlier one, the person stops feeling thirsty at all. And when he stops feeling thirsty, he reduces the fluid intake, urine output also reduces significantly. But still, it's not low. It's healthy urination. It's 3 to 4 times in 24 hours time. That is the norm for a healthy person. Now you are aware of my earlier videos wherein I have said that to deal with diabetes, one should be drinking 200 ml of fluid with each meal, leading to this total fluid intake of 500 to 750 ml per day. 3 meals, 200 into 3 meals is 600, so it's about average. If a diabetic who is diabetic for, let's say, 3 to 5 years, within 3 days these symptoms will be gone, and after these symptoms are gone, and this is in spite of stopping all the medicines for diabetes, and the blood sugar levels drop to 100 to 150. Sometimes there is an increase, but this will be the level achieved by them within 7 days time. Hydration dehydration cycles along with walk and rest routines bring down the blood sugar levels within 7 days time, even after stopping all the medicines for blood sugar. It increases the energy level. It increases the blood volume. Increases the energy level would imply that the sugar in the cells is going up. Now these were the main issues the low blood volume, low blood sugar, low sugar in the cells, and higher blood sugar. So these all are usually reversed within 7 days time. The blood sugar levels remain low for about 15 to 20 days in chronic cases. In newfound cases, the blood sugar levels remain low after stopping the medicines, and there is a marginal increase of 20-30 points later on. But in chronic cases, it shoots up significantly after 15-20 days, 300 to even 400. Now, what could be the reason for that? Let me spell out some of these. In chronic diabetics, there is extensive muscle loss, there is a lot of weakness and fatigue, low stamina. The persons usually feel tired and out of breath after doing the slightest of activities or walking. And what does it mean? Muscle loss. Why? Because the supply of glucose in the cells is not going. In the absence of glucose, the cells do not survive. The available glucose in the existing cells is supplied, or after the breakdown of the cells of the muscles, this glucose which is supplied to rest of the cells. So in a way, this muscle loss is caused by feeding glucose to the blood. So this high blood glucose is coming from the muscle loss. How do we say that? The glucose in diabetics is supposed to come from the food. They are not eating any carbohydrates or very low carbohydrates. They are on a lot of medicines. The food intake also goes down, and a lot of people are advised that lowering the food intake will lower the blood sugar, so they do go for that also. So all said and done, what's happening? From where the excess glucose is coming in the blood, it's not coming from the food. Their digestion is poor. They have usually constipation or some other symptoms of indigestion, bloating and other things, and they, along with the diabetes medicine, they give in medicines for digestive for laxatives, etc., to make them more comfortable to handle their gastric issues. So definitely this excess blood glucose is not coming from food. Then the only thing we can assume is muscle loss. The cells in the muscles feeding this blood sugar. Now fatigue is caused because in spite of all that, your heart is not getting enough energy. You feel fatigued in spite of high blood glucose. So what does it indicate? It indicates this fatigue is caused due to lack of glucose at the cellular level. Now such people have low stamina, so that is also indicative of the poor heart condition. Now what does it lead to poor heart condition? The heart is also composed of the muscles. The muscles in the heart are also not getting enough supply of glucose. That's why it becomes weaker, and this is not as good as it should be. Now all these chronic cases, when they go on hydration, dehydration and walk and rest routines, their blood sugar drops, meaning thereby more sugar is supplied to the cells, and that increases the stamina as well. But after some time, what happens? The blood sugar starts going up, and it goes up significantly. The problem is, in diabetics, the blood volume, which is usually in the range of 4 to 5 liters, and it usually is low by as much as maybe 500 ml only. When they follow hydration dehydration principles, their blood is increased by as much as 500 ml per day, and subsequently their blood sugar volume increases substantially, lowering glucose in the blood so much so that it can no more feed to the cells. There is an osmosis principle, and because this blood volume has gone up so high and there is not enough sugar for the blood, so it cannot reach. So this is a problem area. We have to find a solution. There is nothing else, there is no explanation why hydration, dehydration and walk and rest routines lower the blood sugar in spite of giving up all the medicines. There is urgent need to look at this. It is not going to take a lot of time, provided the government wakes up to this reality. Now in any case, till the government wakes up, what can be done? People who are diabetic but not chronic, they are not having diabetes condition for a very long period of time, they can immediately shift to hydration, dehydration and walk and rest routines and get rid of diabetes for life. It may take 6 months, it may take 1 year, because by the time the blood sugar is diagnosed, there is a lot of damage which is already taken place at the cellular level, at the muscle level. So the moment the body shows any positive change, body is going to set right the system of repair, and the repair can only be done by raising the blood sugar. Blood is the transport mechanism for the cells. Unless the blood sugar goes up, there will not be excess supply to the cells. So people who are diabetic should not be scared of their blood sugar going up 20, 30, 40 points, because that's the only way. Now, what other thing can be done by these chronic cases till further research is done? Let's see. In chronic cases, the blood sugar goes up. When the blood sugar goes up, there is fatigue also, which is also a symptom that cells are not getting enough sugar. Now, what could be the reason for that? Our walk and rest routines make drastic change in the consumption of energy by our vital organs. So the requirement for energy shoots up. Besides the muscles getting repaired, there is a whole lot of drive, there is a whole lot of demand for more and more energy. That might lead to liver releasing a lot of sugar. But the moment more sugar is released, all the blood vessels are not thick enough to handle that blood sugar. So what will happen? The supply will shut down. And the moment the supply is shut down, what is the solution? One is immediately stop walk and rest routines completely for 1 or 2 days. That might lower the energy used by the vital organs, and that might force the liver to supply less energy. If it still does not work out, then what is the solution? Now the blood has become thicker, and no more blood with high blood sugar, very high blood sugar can be supplied to the veins, leading to the fatigue. So one of the other solutions is to take blood sugar medicines to throw out the excess blood sugar out of the body some way or the other. And for that purpose, medicine can be taken for 2-3 days. The moment there is a lowering of the blood sugar levels, one should immediately switch on to hydration, dehydration and that one, and just wait for blood sugar to rise beyond 250. Till 250, in most of the cases, blood vessels are able to supply the sugar to the cells, and the repair activity can be taken up. Unless and until excess blood sugar keeps going to the cells, diabetes cannot be cured. So stop worrying too much. Be logical. Do not target for normal blood sugar of 100 or 150. Target for 250, because your organs will fail in case there is lack of blood supply to the vital organs. And vital organs do get blood supply. The vessels are not really that thin. It's only the skin and cosmetic areas of the body where the blood supply is affected first of all. So according to my understanding, the vital organs, kidney, liver and other things will keep getting the higher amount of sugar and keep your metabolic rate very high. That will lead to the recovery. So till we get more support from the government or some agency for carrying out these experiments, try one of these solutions and let us know which one works for you. And do comment. Your comments are very, very important. In the absence of support, we live only on your comments. Thanks for watching this video.